Kampala si kibuga ky'abafala bubafala ofudde yala ino Kampala tebiba bizimbe kaboom. Yeah, you don't know this is a ghetto president straight out of Uganda, but Bobi Wine himself representing for Sting Shuffle, so African. But
Sting from the Sting Shuffle, it's Africa's #1 talent entertainment channel, and today it's my privilege and my honor to hang out with the legend himself, His Excellency Bobi Wine from the Ugandan Republic of Uganda. Mr. Bobi Wine, I'm so excited to meet you, brother.
Pleasure's all mine. Yeah.
First off, man, accept my deepest condolences on the loss of your father.
Yeah.
How have you been coping so far?
I've learned to accept realities, to accept the things that I cannot change, and try as much as possible to change the things that I still have the chance to change. Yeah.
Bobi, you are someone that inspired me a lot when I was growing up. Your music has been so inspirational. I even learned to wear a condom from your song, Wendy. What made you, the song Mekume, sorry, what made you decide I'm going to wake up in the morning and become Bobi Wine? Not for business purposes, but I'm going to sensitize and teach my fellow Ugandans and my brothers and sisters how to live in a society.
Well, like I said, I didn't start out like Bobi Wine. I started out like any other ordinary young man. Went through all the challenges of life growing up. I made all the mistakes that were there to make. But along the way, I started looking at young people emulating me, wanting to be like me. And I realized that I had the possibility and power to channel them into ways that would benefit them and help them live longer. You understand? So I decided to take that route, and luck enough, it has paid off in a way.
So baby, when we look at you, I had the chance of going to your show in Goodwood, which was a massive show. When you look at you look at a man that is consistent. 15 years?
Yeah, 15
years in the business, consistent delivery, performances. Everywhere you go, you're performing there. It's crazy. It's a storm. Is there any time that it wasn't as good in your performance?
I don't know what other people think. But to me, that's actually one of the reasons why they call me Wine. I believe that every day comes with growth, experience, and maturity. You understand? Every day I learn something new about communication, entertainment, and above all, edutainment. So I believe it has been a growing experience. My music is like telling a story. The story I tell today, maybe tomorrow I'll tell a more spiced story because I have more experiences.
So Bobi, you've seen it all, like you've been so successful. You've seen it all, like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
What still motivates you and wake up in the morning, go still record music, still do what you do? What still motivates you?
Lots of things drive me, but what motivates me more is the feeling that there's one more life to change. You understand? The feeling that actually I've done something, we've walked, because it's been like a journey. We are not where we used to be. But of course we are not where we are supposed to be as yet. So that keeps me wanting to put one foot in front of the other.
Yeah, okay, Bobi, there's news that there's what happened in the industry of Ugandan music that made news like past month. It was political, but it's musical still, where artists came together to do a song for a president. Why are you not part of the project?
Well, I'm not part of the project because originally, much as I started music to sustain my life, the main aim was because I had something to say. You understand? My music was not because I had a spectacular voice or I wanted to be a star, but majorly because I had something to say. And that something to say has motivated me, and I'm not about to compromise it. So it doesn't matter whether it's the head of state or somebody else. If he or she is going to use my mouth as a piece to communicate, the message has to correspond. You understand? And above it all, I am an artist, an entertainer, and an educator, and a sensitizer. You understand? I'm not intending to take sides. to take political side, because my music unites people, you understand, and I'm not intending to take political sides whatsoever. So I would rather stay as an artist, serve all Ugandans regardless of their political affiliations, because that's the mission I came for. That's the reason why people have supported me. Yeah.
So Bobby, like when Firebase started, it elevated culture and people believed in you so much.
Yeah.
Is there any young talent that is in Firebase now that we don't know of?
I don't know if you don't know of them yet, but every year I have new talent that I notice, and I try as much as possible to present it to the limelight. This year we have 2 new artists that we're giving for the limelight. Yeah. One is called Daxi Vibes and another one is called Zex Inchikumi. Of course we have other new artists, but I mean every now and then I bring 2 or 3 artists, present them, give them a focus, give them a platform, then I recruit more like that.
Okay, so you've been so successful and you've inspired us, but most of it to inspire, like I've seen not only Ugandans, but I've seen like someone like Vashan praising you, saying you motivated him, you inspire him a lot. How does it feel to be Bobby Wine as successful as you are and still inspire at this time?
Well, that's not about me, you understand. That is because there's something that we represent that is much greater than us. Sometimes I come to a realization that we're just being instruments that are played by the Almighty, by the natural vibe that keeps us going, you understand. That's why sometimes we do things that we never thought we would be doing, or we do things that we never we do things that we don't know where they are taking us or where they're taking our community, but that natural vibe that comes with you. So being able to inspire people within and beyond our borders is not, I cannot personally explain it. I'll just say it is something that we do for the love, something that we do to emancipate ourselves, to uplift ourselves, and we end up uplifting other people as well and inspiring them.
Okay, Bobby, like you have worked with a lot of people, young talent, international youth, but how was it working with Mr. G specifically?
It was a new learning experience. I grew up seeing Mr. G. I escaped from school the day Mr. G and Red Rat came to Uganda, and I stood by the fence of Radio Simba when I knew they were on radio, just to catch a glimpse of him. Then 15 years later, Mr. G calls me and he wants to do a song with me. Now that was magical, I should say. You understand? It was a learning experience, and I hope one day I work with new or younger artists and they get the same feeling.
Okay, but what did that work that you did with Mr. G do for you as Bobby Wine?
I was known in the West Indies. Here I'm talking about Jamaica, Trinidad and Tobago, St. Martin, etc. But I was not present there. So the Africa Jamaica album that we did actually made me present there. You understand? And they didn't just make me present there, but they made Uganda and East Africa and Africa as a whole present in the West Indies. Because you realize in the West Indies and in the Caribbean, there was only one African song that they knew, and that was African Queen by Two-Face. But you realize my music and a lot of other Ugandan music came following Bobby Wine. So that was one more door opened.
Okay, when we were watching like your old interviews, you said when you came in the game that you hear, inspire and sensitize. Do you feel like your mission is accomplished now, since you're in the game for a long time?
My mission is on course. I cannot say my mission is accomplished. My mission might not even be accomplished during my lifetime. You understand? I'm not intending to accomplish this mission because it's a long mission. We have a long way to go. But all I intend is to do my contribution and inspire others to do their contribution as well. maybe one day, one time, we'll be in a far much better, atmosphere than we're in today.
But then you're so successful, but then what still sucks in the business is what still sucks in your industry is the business side of it. Because if you hear songs with subliminals, say a song like Katara, where you sound so hard in your heart, you don't sound happy. What makes you record records like those? What still sucks in your industry?
The reality of it. I'm this artist who uses music to express myself, to express my sadness, my happiness, my anger, my excitement, everything. You understand? So when you hear me sing a song with an angry attitude, I'm really angry, or I'm expressing anger. Other people are so unlucky that their only way of expressing anger is violence. But at least I have the chance and opportunity to let out the steam through music. So I appreciate that, and I will still express myself, express all attitude that I go through music.
So what do you think about Uganda, and how do you feel about the music now in Uganda, like the state of it, the business side of it? How do you feel about it?
I'll just say Uganda music has come a long way. And yes, indeed, Uganda music has a long way to go. But we'll get there. As a people, we'll get there. Yeah.
So, BOBI, is there anything you want us to catch on? Is there anything that you're busy with that you want us to check out? Any new projects?
Music, of course, as usual. And this season is a very delicate season in our motherland, Uganda. And I will encourage all Ugandans not just to sit back and pray and hope things will get better, but to actually start thinking of solutions within ourselves, start sensitizing each other. Because if you see a wrong way coming, you start thinking ahead of it, so that by the time you get there, you probably have a solution. So we need to fight poverty, disease, and ignorance. But most importantly, to think as a people, to think as a community, and march together to our destination.
BOBI, one last question before we go, man. If you had to recreate the sound that you created with Juliana Kanyomozi, if you had to work with one female artist now to recreate that kind of sound, who would it be?
I wouldn't recreate a sound. What I create is a product of that vibe. There are lots of other sounds to create, and there are lots of new talents to come. I always want to pick people according to a vibe. Honestly speaking, I will not tell you who I feel like working right now. It comes as a vibe. You understand? Normally my collaborations don't take days. I'll just talk with somebody, catch a vibe, and in the next 2-3 days we have a song. So that's how it happens.
Okay, like we've lost a very, very talented young artist this year, AK-47, and as we saw when you came together, it's you that came with an idea of completing his house for the widow. How far is that project? Was it a success? Did his house complete? Because we didn't hear about it again.
I don't have the moral authority to speak for AK-47 because he has a family. He has a family that represents him. He's an artist, and he's a young brother to one of my comrades, Jose Chameleon. So we share more than just an artist relationship. It was very unfortunate and sad we lost him, but the rest of the comments I leave to his family. Hope the widow and kids grow up better, not to miss him so much.
Okay, BOBI, like I told you in the beginning, one of your songs that really helped me out in my life was Mwekume.
Yeah.
But the boy that you worked with also passed away.
Yeah.
How much do you miss him, and is he benefiting from his work that he did with you still, or his family, or in any way? Do you still know his...
Of course, Firebase will always miss Weatherman. Weatherman was my friend when we were still very young. That's about 13 years ago. He died in a tragic accident, but he left a baby girl. In fact, he left a girl with a 1-month pregnancy, and we managed to raise the kid, and the baby is coming to 12 years now. So all we have left of Weatherman is just the memory of him. and the little package of works that he did. You understand? So we always try to use his life as an encouragement to us as a whole to do as much as we can do in the little time that we have, because there's not so much time. You understand? So whether man, much as we miss him, is a big lesson to us. You understand? It's a big lesson to us, and maybe, just maybe one day we'll meet again.
Bobby Wine at the Sting Shuffle, and we signing out.
Yeah, man. Blessed love.